This is DC Danton Crow Crusader. It's the 4th of May. We have to make a shortened schedule here today. Here's our crows. They're kind of all over the place, scattered. Petey and friends. There's Petey and friends on the sidewalk. They tried to fly to the hood of the car, but I hadn't put anything up there yet. So we're just gonna move ahead and get going here. See if Charlie comes. I don't know how hot this foot is. It's starting to really warm up, but it's still bearable. Put that down there for Charlie. He likes the sausage. Some nuts out there because Petey's going to come and get those. This will keep them in my pocket. Uh-oh. Don't have my big pockets today. Oh well, have to make do. There's our little Petey. Hey. There's our gulls. Oh, and there's Jeremy. Jeremy's up there, look at that. And Seymour. Let's get Petey something here. Petey. Petey. There you go, Petey. Here we see the kids across the street. Unfortunately, they're not in their classroom right now. But this shoe is too loose. They need to be tighter. Okay. We got a knot in this one here. Okay. All right. There we go. I think they're lining up to go somewhere. The grass is wet here. What's interesting, the grass across the street from our apartment, I go there to cut grass for Chi-Chi every day. And I have to say, there are insects in that field. A lot of gnats, that sort of thing, mosquitoes. But here where they threw the blue corn down, there's nothing. It's totally dead, this field. There isn't one insect, one mosquito, one gnat flying around. There's nothing. Zero. Okay? And that's because of that fertilizer. I mean, there aren't many insects anyway, but there are far less here in this field than they are in that other field. And that's because of that poisonous fertilizer. And that was meant to kill birds. That was meant against the birds. Okay? And the collateral damage of that fertilizer is that it kills the insects. So, which is why it says to use with caution in small areas, because it's deadly to cats and dogs and birds and hedgehogs and all of those creatures. So we'll put down right here. There we go. Put down the nuts. Today, Miele goes to the vet. We're curious to see, he's going to have a blood test. See where he stands with his kidneys. and how his red blood cell count is doing. He's had 3 shots of EPO so far. We're supposed to have 6, but it was just too much for him. He got so nauseous and so sick, he stopped eating. So I put that on hold and spread it out over time. So we'll see how his how that's doing. Okay, here we go. We'll be feeding the birds. I'll have to see what time we get back from, we may be a little late feeding the birds today. Maybe we should feed them later, better than earlier. That's Seymour. I don't know why the crows are so upset. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 silver gulls today. There you go. But they're male and females, so they could be pairs. Look at that. Yeah, there's not much. Didn't throw so much out there today because I didn't have it. But there's a lot of grain. There's sunflower seeds. I don't have any muesli. I'm getting that today. We didn't have time to get it yesterday. Because there were other things we had to do. But the crows got plenty because they have their nuts. And the gulls do eat the nuts as well. And there's a ½ kilo of peanuts in there as well, shelled ones. And then they have their bag of shelled peanuts in the shell, and they have a bag of walnuts. So it's pretty good. And eggs, at least 6 eggs in there, half a dozen eggs. Of course, we have Charlie's bag here. So it's going to be warm today. It can go up to 24 today. The birds will not need as much food today. They probably won't be burning as many calories. But still, it's enough for those birds because they get it twice a day. So that's the difference. It's not once a day feeding. Oh, there's a hawk. There's that Jeremy. He wants to come down and get something. I don't have any chicken in there today, but I will have some there tomorrow. Cause I have chicken. I haven't had time to cook it up yet. There goes Jeremy. There goes Jeremy. Charlie came down at least 7 times last night. So I'm not sure if it's going to show up today. I think he probably will, but we have Jeremy here. Maybe he's a bit nervous. Maybe he's tending the nest. We don't know. Anyway, look at that Jeremy. It's just Jeremy, that's all. And somehow the other birds tolerate him because they know his smell, they know Jeremy. And they know that Jeremy is not after them, but he's after something on the field to eat. And you have to wonder what a hawk would be doing here I guess he's trying to get an egg. But there's probably none left by now. Or a piece of bread. Or, look, he's having a very hard time. He has to land on the field if he wants to get anything to eat. And that's not so easy when there's so many birds there. Could be he wants a nut. Could be he wants also a nut. I'm sure the hawks also eat nuts in the wild, like walnuts and things. They may eat them. I have to look it up. I mean, they're carnivores. But he must really be hungry. So I've seen him get bread. Have wheat bread. I've seen him go get wheat bread. I mean, that means he's very hungry. I've got to look to get something to put on the field for Jeremy. There he goes. It's beautiful. Okay, well, I'm going to get in the car and wait for Charlie. We'll see if Charlie shows up. I'm not sure. Hopefully he's okay. Should have been here by now. Didn't come to me on the field, but who knows? He may have gotten some of the cat food. He's done that on occasion. And some of the nuts there. This is DC Danton, Crow Crusader, wishing you a great Thursday. And we'll see you later today.